name is Jennifer Pig. This is for nursing 211. This is the musculoskeletal GI renal assessment. I'm going to start. I've washed my hands. I've provided privacy. There's no one around. Will you tell me your name and birthday, please?
Keegan Libby, August 24th, 1999.
Okay, so that is correct. So I'm going to just do a visual inspection. So I do see some lesions in the form of some nevi. You've got some scarring that's non-reddened, non-raised. Bilaterally, I don't see any masses or bulges. Will you take a big deep breath for me? Okay, I see no peristalsis. Shape is approximate and proportionate. We're midline and symmetrical as I stated. Okay, so I'm going to get you to lay down for me. You have a built-in pillow?
Yep, sure do.
All right, and then set your hands down. All right, I'm gonna get you to lift your head a little bit for me. Just, yep, I see no bulges, so I don't feel any concern for a hernia. I'm gonna palpate just around the umbilicus. Okay, we're gonna listen to your bowel sounds. We're gonna listen to all 4 quadrants. So we've got the upper right quadrant, lower right quadrant, lower left quadrant, upper left quadrant. Then we're gonna listen over where your liver is and where your spleen is. And I don't hear any friction rubs. Bowel sounds are 5 to 25, so that's within normal limits. Excuse me, 5 to 35. I'm gonna listen around your umbilicus. So we've got your aortic right here. And then on either side, you're gonna have your renal. And we're gonna listen to your iliac. And I don't hear any bruits. Okay, we're gonna listen around your epigastric. And I hear nothing remarkable as well. Okay, so we're gonna percuss over all 4 quadrants. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're gonna go over the bladder. And I know dullness over the bladder. So next, like I said, I'm gonna get you to just do it again because I did it out of order. If you'll just sit up, we're gonna check for hernia. And like I said, there's no gaps that I feel. You can lay back. Okay. Now we're gonna percuss over the liver border, so I'm gonna walk around. And so I'm gonna use this pin, and I've got a ruler on this piece of gauze. And we're gonna go from tympany to dullness and resonance to dullness. Okay. Raz, will you come over on this side for me? Just so she can see. Okay. Then we'll use our little gauze to measure. And that is just shy of 6 centimeters. Okay. So now we're gonna do splenic dullness. And so that's gonna be mid-axillary between 6 and 9. And so that would be right here, right around under your ribs. So we're gonna percuss, but we shouldn't hear anything because we're under your ribs. Okay, and then we're gonna feel just to make sure, but it's not palpable. It would be under the ribs. Okay, so I'm going to palpate all 4 of your quadrants. If it hurts, let me know, okay? And you have no pain when I push right here? Okay, what about here? Okay, and I feel no masses. There's no tenderness. So no, I'm gonna do the deep palpation. So I'm gonna just push a little bit harder. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just palpate where I felt your liver. Okay. I want you to take a big deep breath and cough.
Cough.
Okay. So no masses, non-tender, and then where the spleen would be, like I said, would be right here. I'm gonna reach behind and trap your kidneys. We're gonna just kind of palpate. Okay. That was smooth and non-nodular. Okay. Reach behind, we'll trap this one as well. It's smooth and non-nodular as well. Alright, and then we already checked for hernia, but I'm just gonna feel around the umbilical area, and it's intact. I feel no gaps. There's no visible scarring. So if we were worried about you having appendicitis or a rupturing appendix, you can sometimes have rebound tenderness here. You can also have refractory tenderness on this side. So if I were to check McBurney's point, I would press down here, and as I let go, if you felt like a rubber band snap, you would tell me like, yes, that's painful, and we would be concerned about appendicitis. All right, I'm gonna, the other test we do for appendicitis is I'm gonna push on your leg. If you'll just lift your leg straight up and tell me if that hurts on your stomach. Okay, set it down. And so if you were having refractory pain here, that would be another sign for appendicitis. Are you having any pains anywhere?
No.
Okay. Next, we are going to wash our hands again. And then, so we've done McBurney's point, we've done your thigh. So now we would do the Turner's test. And so Turner's test is going to check for pelvic abscess. I'm going to use my stethoscope. And we're just going to auscultate and see if we hear anything that sounds like liquid movement outside of bowel sounds, and that would be a concern for an abscess. Okay. We're going to do our mass test. I'm just going to push straight down. Okay, and so when we push this, sometimes, believe it or not, you would feel like a baby pushing back if someone were concerned about that. But I don't feel any masses. I don't feel any concerning feeling. So now we're gonna do your musculoskeletal assessment. If you want to sit up, you can. If you don't have. Okay. I'm monitoring this way. It might be easier for you. Okay, so we're gonna start with all your joints, and I'm just gonna feel them. So feel your shoulders, feel your elbows. Are any of these sore? Okay. And then just feel your fingers. Will you bend them for me? Okay, open. Okay. And feel your knees. Feel your hips. Okay, ankles. Okay. And then just wiggle your toes for me. Awesome. I feel no crepitus, no popping, no grinding. Let me feel your cervical neck. Bend your neck for me. Okay, so we're gonna do flexion. You're gonna look down. You're gonna look up, and that's extension. We're gonna look all the way up. That's hyperextension. Does that hurt? Okay. Do you have a history of neck issues? Okay. Look straight ahead. All right. So So I'm gonna get you to turn your head left and turn your head right. Does that hurt?
A little this way.
Okay. So I'm gonna put pressure against. I want you to push against my hand. Turn to the left. Okay. Turn to the right. Okay. So we are able to move full range of motion with our neck. It is a little tender on the right side. Did you sleep funny? Is your neck sore? Have you had any injury to that area? Okay. So if I'm gonna get you to stand up, I'm gonna just check your back real quick. If you'll face that way for me, and touch your toes. I'm just gonna feel for scoliosis, kyphosis. Okay, stand up. I'm gonna get you to lean back. A little hyperextend. And then I want you to lean towards me, left, and lean right. Okay, and then just rotate at your hips. Yeah, like turn at your hips. Keep your feet still. Other way. Awesome. I'm gonna get you to do shoulder flexion, so roll forward. Okay, roll back. Okay, so then we're gonna set our arm out. We're gonna abduct, and then we're gonna lift it all the way up, and then set it back down. Okay, and then we're gonna do our hands like behind us, and that's abduction. Okay, is any of that painful?
No.
Okay, you can sit back down for now. Okay, I'm gonna get you to do it again, but against resistance. So you're gonna lift your arm up, up, up. Okay, set it down. Okay, go back behind your back. Okay, wonderful. I don't feel any crepitus. Did well with resistance, and they were equal bilaterally. I would just wash my hands again. Forearms, we're gonna have you do extension, and then we're gonna flex.
Okay.
Okay, and then set your arms down. We're gonna do repetitive movement. So I'm gonna get you to turn your palms over. Okay, is that painful? Okay. I'm gonna get you to touch your fingertips, and then touch the base of your pinky. Okay, so for wrists, I'm gonna get you to do flexion, extension, hyperextension. Is any of that hurtful? Okay, so we'll do it one more time. Flexion, okay, push against me. That's extension and hyperextension. Good, I don't feel any crepitus, it's even bilaterally. Okay, I want you to spread your fingers, close your fingers, tighten your fingers, okay? And then we touched the fingers already. Make a fist for me. Okay, open your fingers. Squeeze my hands like you're gonna break them. Okay, we have bilateral equal grip. All right, so then we're gonna move on to your legs. I'm gonna get you to stand up one more time, and this time you can face me. I'm gonna get you to hyperextend your hips, kind of back, and then I'm gonna get you to go to the side. Awesome. I'm gonna do it again with resistance. Okay, come towards me. Good. And so I don't feel any crepitus. I don't feel any grinding or any popping. So I'm gonna get you to lay back down. We're gonna lift our leg straight up once you lay down.
How far out?
Just one. We'll save your stomach. Okay. So we're gonna extend. So when we do assess your knee, we don't hyperextend your knee. So I'm gonna get you to just bend your knee. Okay. And I don't feel any popping. I'm gonna get you to put your heel starting at your knee and run it down your leg. Can you go down again? Wonderful. Can you do the other side? Wonderful. All right, so then we'll check your ankles. You can come over here, guys. Will you do a spin for me? All right, so we're gonna check your ankles. I'm gonna get you to press your toes down like you're going on the gas pedal. Both of them. Okay, now come back up. Come up higher, as high as you can. Good, point your toes together. Point your toes apart. Touch your heels together with them apart. Wonderful. So we're gonna do again with resistance. Push your toes down. Okay, and come back up. Wonderful. Okay, so that concludes the musculoskeletal, so you can sit back up and you can sit for the rest of the time. You already confirmed your name and birthday for me. Can you tell me where we are right now?
Lesbian, Maryland.
Okay, let's be Maryland. What is today?
What
day of the weekend?
Okay, Tuesday.
Okay, and then what are we doing today?
Camp.
Yes. So we are at camp. So identity of person, situation, time, as well as understanding of situation. Those are all correct. So you'd be considered alert and oriented ×4. We are well groomed. We are well showered. We do have visible tattoos bilaterally. One is in a state of healing with mild pinkness, no overt redness. It's not hot to the touch. There are some lesions in the form of papules, some scarring, and those tattoos, as I stated. You also have some nevi in the form of some freckles that I can see. If I gave you a piece of mail with a stamp on it, what would you need to do with it?
Write an address on it.
Okay. And then
Or mail it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So proper planning, as well as thought process, appropriate response to questions, realistic expectations of what we would do. So we're gonna do cerebral and proprioceptional assessment now. So now I said you could sit, but I'm gonna get you to walk one more time. If you'll start right there, you can just walk normally going that way. And then when you walk back to me, you just walk heel to toe.
Heel to toe.
Okay, so gait is within normal limits. Okay, you can sit. I know we had one sway, but we're on uneven ground. So then we have Romberg's test. I lied to you. You have to stand again. I hope this is the last one. Okay, so you're gonna close your eyes and put your heels together, point your toes out. Point your toes outward like pigeon toe. Okay. So no noted issues with swaying. If I kind of push, you don't fall. Okay, so Romberg's test would be within normal limits. Do you feel dizzy or anything when you close your eyes? Okay, I promise you can sit down.
Okay.
All right, so we did your heel moving down your shins already, and we did the rapid alternating movement for your hands already. But if we were to do it just once, we would just ask you then to do the flipping wrists and to do your legs. But we consolidated that so you didn't have to do it a bunch. So we'll do superficial touch and pain response. And so I have a pin here because we're at camp. We don't have a cotton swab. So I'm going to do this for sharp. If you feel this, we're going to do this end for dull. Okay, so I'm going to get you to close your eyes. You're going to point to where I am touching and you're going to say sharp or dull. Okay?
Dull.
Okay?
Sharp.
Okay?
Dull.
Mm-hmm.
Sharp.
Okay?
Sharp.
Good. So that would be within normal limits. Okay, so you're going to keep your eyes closed for me.
Okay.
I am going to use your wrist, and I'm going to get you to tell me if the joint position is up, down, or at neutral, okay?
Up. Neutral. Down. Neutral.
Okay, so we're going to do the same with your foot.
Up. Down.
Okay,
Neutral.
wonderful. So we're going to do vibration sets next. You're going to tell me when you start to feel the vibration and when you stop feeling it, okay? So this
Okay.
is not sharp in any way. It's just real soft, okay?
Okay.
We're just going to set it on your knee.
Okay.
Let me fix that. Do you feel it?
A vibration, right?
Okay.
I feel no.
Okay. So that would be within normal limits. So we're going to do the graphesthesia test now. I'm going to get you to close your eyes and let me see your hand. I'm going to write a letter on your hand. You tell me what letter I write. Good. All right, we're gonna do cyanosis. I'm gonna get you with your eyes closed. You're gonna tell me what an object is, okay?
Okay.
Normally we would do something like a cotton swab, but again, we're at camp, so we don't have that. So I'm gonna get you to close your eyes. You're gonna tell me what is in your hand.
Pen.
Wonderful. That would be with the normal limits. And then we're gonna check your reflexes using the hammer. I'm not gonna hit hard, I promise.
Okay.
It's gonna be like that,
Okay.
So we're gonna start with your brachial radius. Okay. And then your bicep. We're gonna go to your tricep. Okay. We're gonna go to your patellar. So I'm gonna get you to kind of dangle your leg as much as you can. Okay. And then I'm gonna get you to lay back on the table. We're gonna just do your Achilles. So, lift your leg. All right. So that's going to conclude our assessment. Thank you very much for your time. We're all within normal limits. And that is it. Thank you.